All right, so here today we are back on MHA Ultra Rumble. I hope you guys are having a great time. I hope you guys have been excited about what we've been sort of seeing over here. A lot of great news, unironically, for the game, and I truly cannot wait to test out Tamaki Amajiki here. From whatever you've seen, he has like so many abilities. I don't know how that's working, but I'm gonna find that out right now how that worked. Because it looks like every single ability he had, because it was almost like 6+ abilities, right? So every ability he has, if you press and hold or tap, it's separated, I'm thinking. Again, I haven't seen the gameplay yet. I like to react to that live, so today we're going to try it out, see what happens here, check it out together, and see what they're cooking up. But exciting season. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. It does help out a ton. Please consider doing so. A lot of you watching aren't subscribed yet, so hit that subscribe button. And again, leave a like. Helps out a ton. We'll announce a giveaway in a few days, so if you're interested in that, we'll do some something for the season hype. So here we go. Introducing the upcoming, basically, Tamaki Amajiki's Quirk Technique. Quirk Technique Alpha, Marlin Rapier, or Octopus Whip. A long-range attack that pierces the opponent with Marlin's horn. Damage increases when hitting at maximum distance. During aim mode, it transforms into an attack that pulls the opponent with octopus tentacles. Use it flexibly depending on the situation. There you go. So it's not a press and hold. It doesn't matter. You can just aim, that switches it, or just blank fire. Then boom, you get a tentacle. So in this, or sorry, basically the sword fin, right? So in this case, let's do it. Let's loop this real quick. So there we go. How it looks is this over here. So 1 attack, 2 attack, 3 attack, 4 attack. Damn, takes that many to knock down. So it must do low damage, I'm guessing. Now at max distance. How much damage is that? 50 each, you'd say? Or a maximum of 200? Like more of a poke type thing. And then pull them in for a melee attack. Ouch. And then over here, I'm guessing this is level 9 version. Okay. So what's the damage gonna be? You can do 4 of these. How many attacks do you do exactly? 4, right? Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guaranteed what? 250 damage. And then in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 and then knockback because he had, I'm guessing, had larger range. It caused the knockback quicker. So in this case, it doesn't do a stun though. That's the thing, correct? What I'm thinking of is a kendo. No, it doesn't do a stun. Clearly, it just hits him. So you can just dodge this. Which remember, an attack like this, usually a lot of players hate these attacks because they're harder to aim. For example, what character do they hate? There was somebody that released like this that a lot of players were like, "Oh, can't do anything." Oh, Kurogiri, yeah. Kurogiri, a lot of players hate Kurogiri because they can't aim with him. Because that attack, it's like the impact zone is very small. So if you hit that, that's what you get the benefit. That's what the buff came through to fix that. But if you don't hit that, you're really lacking in damage. So that's why a lot of players hated Kurogiri. I could see that same thing happen here, where a lot of players just don't like this because, again, of how that attack is. But the pull is pretty cool. It's going to be very annoying. Depending on sort of how it's comboed into it, we'll probably learn some crazy combos. But for just now in the gameplay over here, they just showed the melee combo. But probably there's a lot of combos you can sort of get off with this kit here. So curious on how that works, but super cool. This is what it looks like over here. That is just the alpha. Over here we have the beta now. God, you can go invisible. What the hell? Introducing upcoming, again, Tamaki Amajiki Quirk Technique. Quirk Technique Beta Octopus Mirage. A close-range attack that charges in the aimed direction, sweeping the surroundings. Hitting an opponent with this technique activates the octopus's mimicry ability, turning you invisible. Make effective use of the invisibility to launch surprise attacks. Be cautious, as invisibility is cancelled over time by attacks other than Quirk Technique Beta. That is this one over here. Let's see it. Let's loop this real quick. That's not that. This is this over here. Let's loop this real quick. That's the gamma. Here we go. This is the beta. Let's see it. So that's the ability. So he dashes towards them and hits them. I guess you could say like a moving Shinso or like Rapid Toga, I guess, in a way. And it lasts pretty long. I don't know how exactly long Froppy lasts. Froppy lasts for a while because it's a singular ability, right? This has an attack towards it and then invisibility. And it's just that, right? So now this is again level 1. I'm guessing it's showing height. So it uses a movement ability. Level 9. You can just continue being invisible. And then use it again. And if you use anything else, it takes you out of it. So yeah, a very, 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 very basic attack. So where the hell were there? Why were there so many attacks in the video? Does this special action have two different attacks? Because so far we've seen 3 attacks. Then there was the cannon, and then there was like the uppercut, and then there was that wings with the feet. He used his feet and grabbed them. So I'm guessing that's a special action. Whatever it is, that's the confirmation you've been waiting for. This is pretty big for Ultra Rumble seeing this, but they're using again all the final stuff, the like, how do I describe that? The end of season stuff, correct? If you catch a drift here. So they updated this versus what you had originally. Can someone fact check this also? I don't think any of this was in One's Justice. I think this is all going to be in All's Justice, but it was added here. Could be wrong, so don't quote me on that, but I'm almost 86% certain. Almost 86% certain that none of this was in One's Justice, so there's that. Let's check Gamma over here. This is the Gamma now. Introducing upcoming Tamaki Amajiki Quirk Technique. Quirk Technique Gamma. Wave Cannon. Plasma Cannon. A long-range attack that fires a high-powered beam from a massive cannon. Charging it increases its strength, and the beam can hit opponents through walls. This is something that I didn't talk about in my last video, just so you know. It seems like team-ups are an actual official thing, and this would be the coolest thing that Ultra Rumble were to ever do. Holy hell, if we get team-ups in this game, dude, I'm gonna cry. Like, dude, that would be like Biking actually, like, caring. When you receive an ally's wave twist technique, that is again now Nejire Hado, you can charge this faster. The charge time is reduced. If you have a Nejire Hado on your team, this is basically a if you were to say a direct buff to her, because now maybe her damage may be low in some areas, but wave twist over here, and then you could charge, maybe getting more damage out of Tamaki Amajiki because it makes it charge much faster, apparently. So very, very exciting to hear that. Very, very exciting to see that. Probably the coolest thing they could have ever done. And that is, by the way, in the anime. So they did that out of the anime. But over here is what it looks like. Dude, the model of the cannon looks horrific. But in the anime, it also looked horrific, so. It's just built like that. That's the charge time of it. And then, damn. So basically, it's about like 2 to 3 times how long Endeavor takes to charge. I'm not gonna lie, the particle effects on this go insanely hard. Particle effects carrying this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at like how much, you know, wind and everything is there. Look at like everything. His whole cape is fluttering so intensely. Gee, and does his hood almost come up there? No, it just looked like that from that angle, but damn, dude. Again, yeah, people were like, oh, but he has to stand still for that. In endgame, you find a corner, and Endeavor's very annoying. And it goes through walls. That just looks horrific on the receiving end. It looks horrific. That looks so horrific on the receiving end. And here we go. Wow, look at how quick that charges up. Let's do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's say 7 to 8 seconds. Now, same way. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say 2-ish, 3-ish. You could just stay around there. Seconds of buff, which in endgame, dude, that would low-key go crazy. Just keep charging that up and just annihilating. Wow. And you could do it at any angle. Yeah, you can jump up and do it, so. Basically, just use this. If a Shigaraki burns the ground or anything like that, just jump up and then do this, or just stay in the air while the ground might have too much traffic, you were to say. Do it in the air. Dude, it's so... I can't lie. It's probably one of the coolest abilities. I don't know. Is it just me or like... I don't know. It looks like the... To me, it looks like the particle effects are much more higher quality than what we usually get. It looks higher quality than Endeavor's one, too. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe they're using the Endeavor one as a shell, but it just looks a bit more improved now after how many seasons it's been. I don't know. It looks super high quality. Look at this particle effect, and then you have like the orange or the pink. And then it says... Does it say more? So this is... No, it's the same. I was going to say, does it add more pew to it? Very, very cool attack, dude. Very, very cool attack. So I'm thinking this is like the highlight of his kit. Obviously speaking, there's no combo here. It's similar to Endeavor's thing, right? Where when an Endeavor turns the corner, an Endeavor can charge that up and like fake you out and prevent you from chasing him. The only thing here is he takes so long to get into that phase. So what's the issue is just that, will you have enough time to proc this? That's the age-old question. That's what you need answered. But for now, very cool. So here we go. Special action. Well, let's see what it is. Introducing special action for the upcoming Tamaki Amajiki. Special action, Wing Claw. A close-range attack that kicks upward with bird-like talons soaring high into the air. Can be used on the ground or in mid-air. Use it quickly, move to the higher ground. Combining it with other techniques for consecutive combos is also recommended. Yeah, he's gonna be probably combo based through this, maybe, I'm guessing, potentially. Are they gonna show any combos, I wonder, but let's see. So here's what it looks like. He kicked them up. Ah, so he does have a bit of movement, actually. It's kind of cool. He's got how many of this? I don't know how many charges, but there's this, melee, then that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if that would ever be pulled off, what they just showed here, but like, it was cool. I don't know if that would ever be pulled off, the final part added to it. Everything else was likely. The last part being added into it, that one's a rough one, but maybe if a Nedger was there and you charged it up, you had that quicker uptime and you predict where they're gonna go, you could annihilate them. I truly think, though, endgame wise, charging him up would be pretty nice. I don't know if I see that being like an insane ability, but we have to test it, right? Because he doesn't really have like stuns. You see All Might has so many stuns and everything. All Might has so much like alpha and everything. His Swordfish doesn't stun. His Beta-ish stuns. His kick up does seem singular, but it can combo. You clearly see that, so. He does have vertical movement, 100%. He does have movement entirely. He also has invisibility, which is, unironically, people say invisibility sucks. It helps a bit, right? It does help a bit. So, I still think he looks amazing. Whether or not he's going to be insane, we'll have to find out tomorrow. I'm guessing also, based on his, like, inability to combo hardcore, probably his damage is going to be very high. Right? Like, for example, All Might has a solid amount of combos, true, but I would say that All Might maybe is similar to where Tamajiki is, or, like, the new All Might. His innate damage is so high that combos occur less frequently or needed less frequently because he does so much raw damage just like that. His alpha hits for 250 AoE, his drop hits for like 200-ish, and his betas hit for like 80 with a slightish stunish. So with that knowledge, I think he's going to be a similar area where it's just high tier damage. Like Kendo can just hit you for so much because she just keeps freezing you in place, allowing her team to annihilate you and herself to annihilate you. That's just annoying, though. So I'm happy that this character doesn't have that. That's why I hate Kendo, too, right? Playing as Kendo is fun. You know, you can annoy people. Playing against Kendo, that sucks. Because, again, just consistently spams you out and then just stucks you in place, pretty much. Sticks you in place. So, over here, though, Alpha has 2 abilities. Beta basically has that into a camouflage of 2 abilities. Gamma has the Gamma and then the charge ability, and then Special Action has the kick up. So he just has a insane amount of like abilities to him. This is the pull, which again goes into the combo here. So yeah, when we were looking at it, dude, that's why it had so much things attached to it. There's so much that he has to offer. So I think that he's going to definitely be a fun character. There's no doubt about that. That cannon, I don't know, man. On paper, or just seeing it, you could use it a lot, but the charge up time and everything, you need like a few seconds alone in a corner, and then you can really do work. Whether or not you have that end game, that's the question. And clearly it shows I don't think he gets hyper armor or anything like that. So he's not like All Might. All Might charges up for a few, like 1 or 2 seconds and then doesn't get any hyper armor. Endeavor, I don't think so get much there either. He takes a while to charge up, but he doesn't get anything of value out of that. It does go through walls though and all that. So prediction plays could go insanely hard. But what I'm going to go and guess is, you see how quick it knocks them down? Probably how it's designed is to do so much damage so quickly. That's why the charge to destruction time is like that. Because again, look at how he's already down. Endeavor takes a bit more, I think, to knock him down. It's very quick for him to knock him down. Because again, I think it's like so much damage. Yeah, you hear that? And then look at how much is left. Yeah. Does it again over here. Now this is level 9. And it showed us at the start, right? It doesn't need to be charged. Yeah, so if you get stuck in a situation where you don't need it charged, but you just want to like get them off of you, you don't need to charge it. They're just showing what full charge looks like. So never feel needed that you have to full charge. Like, look at that, dude. It looks sick. Regardless or not meta, it looks sick, bro. God, dude. Here we go. Now this is again through a wall. Hitbox isn't that bad either. Plus, you see how large it is? Through the city map, you can literally hit someone through a wall. Like, through an entire building, probably. Yeah, you could probably hit somebody through a building. So it would go insanely hard, I think, in the newer maps, not the old map. Depending on where you are in USJ. USJ doesn't have too much cover. Still, it does have more cover, true, but I don't think it has enough cover. Last but not least, over here, Special Action. We're up with the video, but I don't know. We'll see how he is. Obviously, Kendo you knew was going to be busted, but you had early information. All Might, I still think is very, 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 very powerful. I stand by that still. And Monoma, because it was infinite reset, it's just annoying. That's the truth part of it all. Am I replaying the same thing? Did we already watch this? No, this is the... Yeah. So you can confirm, move it a little bit. You can move it too much, but you can move it a little bit. Like, look at that. You see how much he moved it? He stopped moving it here. Like right here, he stops moving it. But you can move it a little bit. Look, ready? He moved it a little bit. So he stopped moving it here. But you can move it, so you could do a little bit of a sweep and clear on the floor. Everyone across from there, just like sweep them out, basically. So there is potential here. Let me know what you think. He has movement. He has a larger, probably damage pool, which lessens his combos. But he could be just a monster. We'll have to find out tomorrow. We'll see. We have gameplay tomorrow, so get ready for that. Take care, have fun. Let me know what you think altogether. Very, very, very exciting season ahead of us. So like and subscribe. It helps out a ton as always. If you watched this part of the video, I appreciate you. Take care.